Good afternoon and good evening to my UK people. This is episode 244 of Vibin with Ashley Live, and I'm truly honored to welcome to my show the multi-talented UK-based musician Youngr. So he burst onto the music scene in 2016 with his debut single Out of My System. Since then, he's racked up over 150 million streams, gone viral with one take live bootlegs, including a take on Sweet Disposition that hit 15 million views in 2 weeks and played over 250 shows across 35 countries. So, known for his genre blending originals and high energy solo performances, Youngr is a one man band who builds tracks live on stage, captivating crowds at major festivals like Tomorrowland, South by Southwest, and Ultra Music Festival. After releases with Island and Armada, he launched Blue Llama Records to take full creative control. His latest single, Violet Skies, featuring Echo, dropped on July 29th and is already making waves in the EDM world. So, guys, please give a warm welcome to Youngr.
Yo!
Woo! How are you?
I am good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing well, Youngr. Thank you so much for coming on my show. As I said earlier, you're in the UK. I'm based here in the States. So, it's a little bit of an earlier show for me, but I'm so very grateful for your time because you are in every corner of the world and you chose to spend some time with me. So thank you so much. I'm very grateful for that.
It's a pleasure. I'm having fun. It's great. It's great. Well, we met up what was it, last year somewhere?
Yes. So guys, just for some side note, Youngr did a show in New York at a place called Elsewhere in Brooklyn. Phenomenal live show. I mean, the high energies that you bring to the show, it's an experience that I can't even really put into words, but was so grateful. It was a beautiful night. You were on a rooftop, and then we met afterwards. I was actually wearing my Jamiroquai shirt.
Yes.
We did that amazing Jamiroquai remix. It all worked out, and here we are a little over a year later. So like I said, so very grateful for your time today.
Oh, no worries, man. It's great. It's lovely to be here.
Yes. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. So Out of My System was your debut back in 2016. It feels like such a long time ago. Yeah. Looking back, what was that period like for you?
2016 was wild, man. It was. I don't really like to go backwards.
Yeah.
Because I like to just go on with blinkers on and just, because the more I go backwards, like when Google or iPhone shows you an old memory, right, and it just takes you back and you start thinking, oh my God, this and that, and I was doing that, and I don't know, it clouds my memory too much. But when I do have to look back at 2016, it was one of the most exciting, that's the only word I can use, exciting, because it was all new and it was like doing the thing. I was doing the thing that 12-year-old me dreamt of doing. And 12, me and my brother in the basement playing drums and playing bass and starting our first band. We were like, one day, man, we'll tour the world. And 2016, I was doing it with my own music, and it was like, whoa, but very exciting, very exciting.
Yeah, and now here you are, right? All these years later, right?
Surviving. Me and my manager just say, well, we're still surviving, bro.
No, you're surviving and thriving. Okay, thriving.
Oh man, we're just doing our thing. As long as we're just enjoying it and enjoying the music we're putting out, then I think we're winning.
Definitely. So you brought the layered looping style from your studio onto the stage, building songs in real time while dancing and grooving. How did that evolve? What do you think it adds to the vibe of your live show?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know where it came from. I think I've always just loved being in bands, and I've always been in big bands. I started off with bands, and then I was in London with a 12-piece band, and I was the percussionist, and I've loved the camaraderie of layers and you start with the drums and the bass comes in and the guitar comes in. So I've kind of lived with that. So when I started jamming by myself, that was kind of all I knew. So when I use a program called Ableton, and that allows you to keep the vibe going and loop and never press the stop bar, which is what I loved. So I think it was 11 years ago, I did a Calvin Harris flashback remix
Yeah.
And I had the vocal going, and I was like, oh, I can just layer the drum bit and then layer the bass and then put the keyboard on. And it was the first time I've gone, oh shit, I could actually do what I want to do without any bandmates. I could just do it all myself. Also working with singers, they're all divas. So I was like, if I just get rid of the diva, I can be the diva myself. And yeah, it's fun. But I do miss having people on stage. I really do, because I started out with my brother on guitar and another drummer, and then eventually it's just kind of merged into just being me on stage. But I think one day I'll bring the musicians back. I think.
Yeah. But I think you're an experience, though. It's a one-man band. You take up the entire stage. You're dancing. You're laughing. Like, just the energy that you bring is like no other. It's like you're doing a marathon up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can only imagine how many calories you burn at a live show.
Yeah, it's hectic, especially when I do a hot place. I was in Cairo last week. I came off stage and I was just like drenched. Also, I don't have time, and I probably should have little moments where I remind myself to drink water, but there's like 2 hours where I don't drink anything, and then I'll get off stage drenched, and I'm like fucking just drinking water. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I know. When I saw you, I don't recall you ever taking a drink. I'm like, you gotta be thirsty. Like, this is 2 hours of like high energy. Like, we gotta get you a drink.
Yeah, crazy. I think
once you're in the zone, you can't stop. It's like it's going. You know, the track keeps building up. You know, on top of that.
This is it. Crazy.
So yours version of Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap has gone massively viral. You've also reimagined songs like Lenny Kravitz's Low and U2's Beautiful Day. How do you choose which tracks to put your spin on?
Honestly, it's just tracks I love. It's as simple as that. I mean, once in a while, I'll get like a random message from someone on Instagram or somewhere being like, dude, have you tried this song? And I'll be like, that is a great situation. You know, like, there's so many good songs in the world.
I know.
So many. So sometimes you forget the ones that you love until someone messages. I remember about 3 or maybe it's 4 years now, which is insane. But one of my best friends texted me. He's like, dude, you should take the bass line from Backstreet's Back from Backstreet Boys. And I was like, I absolutely should do that. But I would have never thought that unless my mate texted that. And you know, that dung, 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 such a good bass line. But sometimes you need people to just remind you. But yeah, Sweet Disposition, it was actually originally a Marvin Gaye bootleg. It was I can't remember the Marvin Gaye song, but I was doing the chords, doing the thing, and I had this Marvin Gaye loop. I wish I could remember it. Anyway, and I added the guitar in, and it went ding, 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 ding. And I was like, oh, what song does that remind me of? Oh, it's that song Sweet Disposition. And I was like, Google Sweet Disposition. Yeah. And I was like, maybe that vocal would work better. And that was and then I changed the vocals out. So that one was a happy accident, really.
Well, a happy accident turned out to be amazing for you, right?
Yeah, changed my life. Definitely changed my life, that video.
Yeah. And I like what you said about how it originally started like as Marvin Gaye, but then it was like Sweet Disposition, right? Because you think of so many songs, you're like, that song sounds like this song. Or when you hum a song and you're like, no, it's not that song. A female does the vocals on it. You know what I mean? And like, I find myself doing that all the time. Like, oh my God, what is that song? And like, you know what I mean? Like, they sound very similar.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just certain elements. Like if I hadn't added that guitar with the delay, it wouldn't have sounded like the Temper Trap. You know, that guitar line that's so iconic. And yeah, I think everything's stolen, isn't it? Everything's stolen, everything's borrowed.
Yeah, no, I know. But I love how you mentioned the Backstreet Boys, just because that mashup of all the Backstreet Boys, which was everybody, guys, if you haven't listened, please go listen after the show. Amazing mashup of Backstreet Boys. I mean, for you to bring that to the forefront is awesome, because we were either Backstreet Boys or NSYNC back in the day. But I'm very happy that you chose Backstreet.
I did Backstreet. Well, then like a year later, I was like, I've got to do an NSYNC one, and it didn't do anything. It was like it went to a few people, but the Backstreet one definitely hit harder. And it's funny, like when I play that song, I played it in like this really cool club in Ibiza, and like about 2 a.m. in like this sick place called Cova Santa, and I don't think any of them knew they'd be dancing to Backstreet Boys. I always say that. I'm like, I bet you didn't know you'd be vibing out to Backstreet Boys, because it's so, you just don't expect it. You just don't expect it.
Yeah, but it's fun because when you go to the live show, right, and like you want to sing certain songs. So everybody knows those Backstreet Boys songs, and they're like, yeah, and they're just like singing and rocking
just
out.
vibing.
It's just a fun surprise for people who have never been to one of your shows before or never heard that song, and it's like, oh hey, like I didn't know we were gonna be singing Backstreet Boys at 1 a.m.
It's so good. It's my little my little party trick for sure.
Love that. So you've worked with Island and Armada, but now with Blue Llama Records, you call all the shots. So how has that freedom shaped projects like your track Out of the Blue or the 12-day song challenge you posted last month?
Yeah, I mean, the main difference is I actually see income from streaming. I'm like, oh wait, you actually can make money from streaming, because like usually you're on a label, so you don't make the majority of it until you recoup. So that's an amazing thing. And also being able to sign different people to the label, has been really cool, because you can start to curate a sound and a vibe with certain artists, which has been wicked. And the 12-day challenge, again, the fact that I can just develop and jam publicly and just have an interaction with the public, and see which one they liked more, and then release that one. It's just like the freedom is beautiful. That would have never happened on a label ever. Right. Yeah. And I just think more artists should probably do that. But there's a dream of like when you're a young artist or a band to sign to the labels that all your favorite bands sign to. But I think maybe that universe is changing now, because I think a lot of people's favorite artists now are independent. So maybe that trend will continue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's powerful what you said about when you do create a song a day, or you have like a loop or something that comes to you and you just put it out to the universe, right? And someone's like, oh, I love what you did day 3, or like, and it's good to get the feedback of your fans, right? Because then you can see what really hits with them, but also like they like that. They feel like they're in the studio with you, and it kind of is just like, yeah, you could put a song out, but when you're actually developing that song in real time, it's so much more powerful for your community.
Yeah, absolutely. Like everyone really reacted to I can't remember what day it was, but it was like an Indian tune, the one I did with a girl from Goa. And everyone's like, that's a dope tune. So I listened to the people, and I've just finished it with the girl now. So I think I'm gonna put that one out next. So you heard it here first.
Amazing. Cannot wait to hear it. So speaking of your latest single, Violet Skies with Echo, was actually made remotely, and then you recorded a live version on a mountaintop in North Wales. How did this idea come together, and how does working online compare to being in a room with somebody?
Honestly, it's kind of weird. I never really like to do online. I like to be in a room with someone or know the person, but every now and again, when I'm in a new place of creation and a new place of like, just trying out ideas, I hit my manager up and I was like, here's a bunch of demos that I don't have vocals to, and let's see where you can take them. And literally that whole vocal, she emailed that back on top of my track and was like, how's this? I was like, it's absolutely perfect. You've nailed the vibe. You've nailed the feeling that I love, and the lyric really touched my soul. So I was like, that's perfect. So we actually didn't write it together. It was almost like I wrote it, she wrote a thing, and it just went psh. And I've done some sessions on Zoom and on Google, whatever, and that's cool too. But this one was very, very, very much, because I didn't know her before she wrote that vocal. I knew, because she's managed by my manager, and he was like, dude, I've got this great girl called Echo, she'll absolutely kill this. So, and it just worked out. And then when I met up with her and when we did the video, I had never met her before, so I was hoping that she'd be cool and she'd be able to sing it live, and it turns out she absolutely can, and she's the real deal. So it was wicked. All worked out.
That's wild that you had this song but you never met her, and then you met her,
I know,
in person, and you're like, yep, we're just gonna
dude,
on top, just gonna vibe out. I hope you're cool, and I hope you think I'm cool.
Yeah, literally first time I was like, there's a location, it's up a mountain, we have to go hiking. So I met in the car park. I was like, hey dude. She's like, hey. I was like, let's go.
Amazing. Yeah. And I love how you came up with the instrumental, she came up with the vocals, and you're like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes it just works, man. I mean, I've had a lot of vocals back like that, and you're like, it's cool, but it's not quite fitting with where I'm going, or but this one was just Easy. I love it when it's easy. Just makes everything easy.
And it's been out for a couple weeks now. So talk to me a little bit about the response that you've gotten from fans. What are people saying to you?
Yeah, it's nice. Just people seem to be. I think people like it when they, because I've got fans of Youngr, and then whenever I bring in another person, it's always like, I don't know. It's like you're taking a chance because you're like, yo, I'm repping this person.
Yeah.
I believe you'll like this person. And with Echo in particular, everyone's been like, yeah, undeniably amazing voice. And with the setting of the mountain and everything, just, and our voices really worked together with me on the octave below. And it was just, it hit it right on the head, I think.
So beautiful, and I'm so happy this collaboration came together. And thank you to remote situations.
I know, internet. Thank the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because you're all over the place in different countries all the time, and even this, I mean, this is remote. If you guys just joined, Youngr's over in the UK, and I'm here in New York, and it's 6 p.m. over in UK, and it's 1 p.m. over here in New York, but we're doing it, and I'm so grateful for like the evolution of the internet and social media. It has just really because you think about it, 20 years ago, like we couldn't have done this.
Absolutely no way, which is insane. That's insane. I love that.
So insane though. Love how technology has evolved and all these amazing things come from it.
It's awesome.
So you've mentioned artists like Lenny Kravitz and Rufus Du Sol as inspirations, and you play almost every instrument. So where does your constant drive to keep creating and pushing boundaries come from?
Sometimes I get in the studio, it's a daunting thing because you're like, what do I do today? I could do anything. And also, how do I know what I'm going to do today is going to be good enough? But it's almost like you just have a blind faith in music itself and the creation itself to just blindly turn on Ableton, have your coffee, have a keyboard, have a drum, just a little beat, and just I've kind of honed in and fine-tuned how I start anything now. It's just always never second guess it and just go with your gut instinct on everything for the first hour. And you will eventually, even if the first 30 minutes are tough and you think this is trash, this is rubbish, I've done this before, something will happen on minute 31 or 37 or minute 43 that you'll go, whoa, that's sick. I wouldn't imagine that 43 minutes ago. Like that, wherever I just got to in 43 minutes, I couldn't have got there without the previous 43 minutes. I know it sounds obvious and sounds ridiculous when you say it, but the only way to create something new and exciting, something that you love, is to just do it. It's just to just force through it. And some days it comes in the first 5 minutes and you're like, that's the sickest thing I've ever done. And other times it's like working. So yeah, it's more just about showing up every day.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's kind of similar to working out, right? Like,
you
don't want to do it, or you're just not feeling it, and then once you're in there, you're like, yeah, but I'm just going to continue. Like, I know that this is going to be good for me. I know this is going to push my creative boundaries. So just go with it. We don't know what's going to come out when we're in there.
That's exactly. I mean, I don't work out, but I can imagine.
Hey, wait. You do work out. I've seen you on stage. That is a full-blown cardio Youngr workout.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
So from your first show in Egypt to a hot air balloon above Mexico, you played some pretty iconic places. What's a place that you've performed that still makes you smile?
Oh, that still makes me smile. Is it like going back there? Going back to a place?
Yeah, I mean, going back to a place. I mean, I feel like you've just done some really cool things, performed at some iconic festivals, like a mountaintop, right? The hot air balloon, like the hot air balloon above Mexico. That's wild. It's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. And also, I was this close to missing it because it was like a stupid o'clock wake up and I put the wrong address in. I put the drop-off address in instead of the takeoff address. So we got the drop-off and I was chilling there. And it's like 6 a.m. We had to leave at like 4 because Mexico City is huge. And I was sitting there. I was like, why are there like empty coffee mugs here? And like, what is this? And I checked my phone because I got no internet. And it was a 30-minute drive to the actual takeoff. And that feeling of like, oh my God, I've just woken up at 4 a.m. I've got one day to do this, one chance. But anyway, made it within 2 minutes and nearly missing that. But I would say a place that I go to every time and smile is Mexico. Like, it's funny you say Mexico, but it's something about Mexico, Central, South, and South America.
Yeah.
The vibes there, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the cowbell. Maybe they just love the cowbell as much as I love cowbell. Because every time I hit the cowbell, everyone's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. Cowbell's great.
Definitely. You got to bring the cowbell out. Like, you're the only one that can rock it.
Oh man, it's amazing. I mean, outside of my window here, the cows sometimes watch me play the cowbell as I'm touring. That's great. I'm like, this is the perfect situation for a cowbell. Yeah, but yeah, Mexico is a place that makes me smile every time.
Mm-hmm. And like, what kind of food? Like, the food's off the charts, right? So what kind of food do you like to eat when you're in Mexico?
Tacos, anything with fish and tacos and just lime. Squeeze as much lime as you can. Corona.
Can't go wrong with tacos, right?
Oh man, you cannot. So good. Oh, making me want to go out to Mexico now.
You know what? I think you need to plan a trip. You have to go plan a couple shows there.
Oh my god, I do. Okay, let's do it.
So, JK from Jamiroquai mentioned you during his Apple Music interview with Zane Lowe. How did getting this recognition from Jay feel like?
It was insane because I think at the time I was watching like some bull crap on Netflix. I was just chilling, and then my phone starts going ding ding ding. I'm like, what's that? And like my wife's like, don't look at your phone. Don't look. We're watching a movie. And I'm like, but babe, it's dinging.
Something's happening.
Yeah, something's happening. I was like, pause the movie. I checked my phone. I was like, bro, and then I got videos and voice notes, and I was like, what this? So I checked it, and it just seeing him say my name before those artists and those things, I was like, in fact, the first thing I thought of was like all those moments that you doubt yourself, or you think, am I doing the right thing, or am I posting the right thing? It just made me go, yeah, I'm doing. You're doing all right. You're doing all right. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's being seen by the people that you've looked up to your whole life, and who inspired you. And I think when you see that kind of recognition, and like almost like a thumbs up, it's just like a little pat on the back of like keep going, just keep doing your thing. That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
it felt like, because I remember doing that Jamiroquai bootleg and not wanting to post it, and I don't know why. I remember hesitating and being like, it's a bit rogue, it's a bit wild. I'm wearing like a sparkly leopard print silver thing, and it was a bit crazy. I was like, maybe this one's a bit too far, and I was like, nah, you did it and you loved it at the time, and that's my rule of thumb. Like, if you love doing it, because if I'll do it, video, edit it, and then maybe 2 weeks later I'll post it. And there's also always a moment of hesitation when I'm posting it, because I'm thinking, I don't even know if it's good. Is it good? And I just have to remember if I enjoyed doing it, and I wouldn't have recorded it and gone through the pain of recording it.
Yeah.
If I didn't love it. So yeah, it was just a nice little tap on the back, and being on Zane Lowe's shows of all things, like, it's crazy. Yeah.
I think it's crazy that you said you didn't really want to post it. There was hesitation behind it, because I remember watching that interview with JK, and to be honest, he doesn't even do interviews. So I was just trying to see what he's been up to the past couple of years. I'm like, where is he going to, is he going to tour? Is he going to come up with new music? And then he mentioned you, and I was like, I don't know who Youngr is. And then I saw the video, and I was like, wow, I've been hiding. I'm like, oh, we're in different parts of the world. That's what I don't know about.
Yeah.
But then I was like, whoa, it was just an experience. The dancing, the mixing, the vocals, the songs that you used was absolutely magical and captivating. And I'm so happy that he said your name, right? He said your name on Zane's show. And so many people were like, dude, this guy is amazing.
Yeah, I get so many messages still to this point on my YouTube that go, love this mix, it's great. I've been following you since JK told me to. I'm like, that's so cool. That's so sick. That's
me. I literally, he said, yes, Youngr, Thundercat, Dua Lipa. I'm like, I know the rest of those people, but who's Youngr? And then I'm like, well, this guy's pure magic. He's in this sparkly leopard thing. I'm like, I do sparkles. I also do leopard. So I was like, and he's doing Jamiroquai, which I don't feel like most people should even touch. Right? Like most people shouldn't even touch Jamiroquai, because he's amazing in his own right. But then for you to just put your whole spin on it, kudos to you for posting that. And are you going to be collabing with Jamiroquai soon?
I mean, we have been in touch. We have been in touch with the management, and there's been chats. But I think he's doing an album at the moment and doing his thing. But
Yeah.
It'd be wicked. It would be like a dream come true. It'd be crazy.
He is doing new music. So hopefully you guys on the back end can continue those chats, because like we need to see this. Like I know they do a lot of shows overseas. They don't really come to the States all that often. But guys, if you're going on tour, hook up with Youngr, have him be the opener, do a song or something together. We got to see this.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be so good. Let's manifest. I'm gonna manifest that to come true.
I'm sending all those manifestation vibes to you.
Love
I know
it.
your management, and you're gonna talk to him about it. You're gonna make
it. I'm gonna write it down right now.
Write it down.
Jamiroquai.
Be like, JK, it is happening.
I love it. Doing it right now. Manifest JK.
JK. Yeah, I mean, he already knows you. He already said your name. He already knows what you do. And he's like, yeah, this dude's amazing.
Yeah, man. It's going to happen. Why not? Why wouldn't it?
Going to happen. So when you're not in the studio or on the stage, how do you like to spend your free time?
Free time. I love playing basketball. Basketball is like my thing. Badminton, sport. I just love sports. I love sports. I play football, badminton, basketball, and I play volleyball on the beach, spike ball, and then just like going for walks on the beach with my little girl and just going on bike rides and just being in nature. I went for a sauna and a swim in the ocean this morning because there's a thing down the road for me. And yeah, so I think I live in North Wales because I love being surrounded by nature. Like I can walk up a mountain, or I can go to the beach, or I can go into a forest, or I can get my feet on the ground. And yeah, when you're around so much electronics and buttons and knobs and faders, and you're doing dance music, and you're playing in clubs, to come home to like nature is absolutely what I need. So yeah, when in my spare time, I just like to chill in nature.
I love that. I think being outside in the elements, taking a walk, going on the beach, right, playing volleyball, it's so important, because sometimes you just need like a change of environment to get more inspired by stuff, right?
Because I used to live in London, and coming home, it was great, but then you're back into the clubs and you're back on concrete and the craziness, and it was fun, but it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
It's a young man's game. And I think I got to a point where London was outpacing me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to step outside of it now. And just, I love going into London. It's fun. And it's sick, and going into cities to do gigs. But spending most of my time in nature is where it's at, for sure.
Love that. And I think we all can take that advice from you, right? Go outside, go to a park, go for a walk, go to the beach, and just sit there, relax, and take it all in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Being as much nature as you can be.
Definitely. So my very last question for you is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received, and how is it shaping what's next for you creatively?
Wow. What's the best piece of advice I've ever received? That's tough. There's one that comes to mind, but it's not music related. I will share that anyway.
Okay.
The first piece was from my dad, and it was never leave the house without a jacket. And I just think every time I leave the house, never leave the house without a jacket. It's a great piece of advice to know. So if I can just, pass that piece of advice on to you people, then you might not get caught out in the rain. But another piece of advice that's related to music, keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it simple, because everyone, when I was starting doing music, you try and do everything. Because maybe you think you can do everything, but actually you realize that maybe you're just a corner of what people like. I don't know, when people go to listen to Youngr, for example, they're probably going to have a dance or a boogie or to feel good, and they don't want to put me on. Then maybe they'll put Adele on or Radiohead when they're feeling a bit moody or it's raining, or there's corners, and there's so it's like find what you're good at and just like double down on it. Keep it simple in your world. It doesn't have to be. I'm not talking as what's the word? Oh, I'm not talking as like musically simple. I'm talking more like as a whole. You zoom out and looked at what you're doing as an artist. I think knowing your corner and like doubling down on it has been a really good piece of advice for me. Again, from my dad. And then, yeah, if you want to pivot in a few years or try something new, that's cool. But I think there's got to be periods where you go, this is what I'm doing. This is me. And I'm going to go for it. Yeah. And keeping it simple within that.
Love that. Beautiful advice. So, Youngr, that's time for today. But before I let you go, what do you have to say to the audience? Do you have anything you want to plug or just some advice that you want to give to your fans?
Never leave the house without no, I just want to say thank you. If you've been listening or if you're watching, that you've been sharing and watching and commenting, or you've been to a show, thank you so much. I appreciate absolutely every single one of you. And yeah, new album coming along, new live show, which I'm practicing right now. New everything, but it's me, but it's gonna be a new me. It's gonna be a new me. Yeah, it's feeling really fresh at the moment. It's feeling good. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I think I'm touring in America next year. We're getting some dates, LA, New York, stuff like that.
Please let me know. That was actually gonna be my very last personal question. Was please come back to New York. It's been a minute, so.
Yeah, it has been a minute. I got an offer and it didn't quite work with other dates, so we're gonna do a whole thing next year, beginning next year.
Love that, Youngr. That is time. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your time. Like I said, you could be anywhere in the world doing any kind of show, but you're here with me and my crew on Vibin with Ashley Live. And guys, if you're new here, please subscribe, hit that like button, and please go support my guy, Youngr. He's amazing. Guys, have a great weekend. Thank you so much. And Youngr, so very grateful for your time and excited to be on this journey with you.
Hey, amazing. Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
I'll see you in New York soon.
See you soon. Have a great night.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.